On an ordinary night, sunlight was filtering through a gap in the clouds above. It illuminated a dusty track. A lone figure was moving along it, a tiny speck silhouetted against the soft glow. As the minutes passed, the figure grew larger, taking shape, revealing itself to be a ginger cat with a torn ear. Sunlight glinted off its fur, making it almost seem like the cat was on fire. The light shifted. The shadow moved. The cat arched its back and let out a meow. Then it stopped, its tail twitching, and stared directly at the house. It had come to the end of the track, the point where the path ended and the wilderness began. From here, the house looked small, almost insignificant, like it didn't belong in the vast emptiness that surrounded it. The cat crouched low to the ground, its ears pricked, every sense alert. It took a deep breath, then with a powerful leap, was over the threshold and inside. The sudden commotion startled a woman awake. She sat up in bed, heart pounding, and switched on the bedside lamp. Her husband stood beside her, muttering something about the time. It was 3:30 a.m. The digital clock on their bedside cabinet told them both this. It was always the first thing she noticed when she woke up. The time. She knew there was no point asking him again why he kept the clock there. He had explained countless times that he liked to know the time without having to look at a watch. And she had teased him mercilessly about being a neat freak and other such nonsense. But now she wondered if maybe there was another reason why he liked to have the clock there. Maybe he was afraid of the dark. She got out of bed and walked over to the window. Outside, the sky was dark, but not pitch black. There was enough light for her to see the shapes of the gnarled branches that clawed at the window pane. It was going to be a long, hot summer, she thought, pulling the curtains closed. The ginger cat was making itself comfortable on top of a pile of old blankets in the corner. It yawned, showing off its pink tongue and the one ear that hadn't been torn. The woman watched from the window as a large owl hooted and swooped down towards the house. The cat tensed, arched its back, its fur bristling. It hissed, and the owl changed direction, disappearing into the night. The woman shivered. She couldn't remember the last time an owl had come so close. Her husband was still asleep, his mouth open, his chest rising and falling with each breath. She felt a pang of guilt for having woken him up. She should have gone back to sleep, she thought. She shouldn't have looked at the blasted clock. But now she couldn't. Her mind wouldn't let her go back to sleep. She walked over to the wardrobe and pulled out a blanket. Then she crept over to the corner, careful not to make a sound. The cat didn't stop. She laid the blanket over the cat, tucking it in around the edges. It was warm, she noticed. It purred too. She stroked its head, feeling its muscles tense beneath her touch. For a moment, she imagined that it wasn't a wild animal, caked in dirt and smelling of dust, but a ginger kitten, small and furry and mewing pitifully for its mother. When she pulled her hand away, the cat followed it, its green eyes wide and trusting. The woman knelt down and scratched behind its ears. It leaned into her touch, purring louder. It rubbed its head against her cheek, leaving a trail of dirt and making a sneeze. When her husband finally got up, he didn't complain when she told him about the cat. He didn't even look surprised. He just nodded, poured her a cup of tea, and they sat in companionable silence watching the cat sleep. On an ordinary afternoon, sunlight filtering through a gap in the clouds illuminates a dusty track in the heart of the countryside. A lone cyclist glides effortlessly down the path, his every pedal stroke in sync with the surrounding tranquility. Golden fields stretch as far as the eye can see, waving gently in the breeze. A tractor hums in the distance, its rhythmic chugging a lullaby to the tranquil scene. Sunbeams pierce through the crops, casting intricate patterns on the ground and painting the world in a warm, nostalgic glow. The air is still, the only sound, the soft susurrus of the wind and the gentle whir of insects. Time seems to slow down, each second echoing the serene cadence of rural life. As the cyclist continues his journey, he becomes one with the landscape. His spirit is free and untethered as the hawk circling overhead. The sun-drenched fields, the distant hum of the tractor, and the very dust beneath his wheels become a part of him, a testament to the simple, timeless beauty of the countryside.